What up, y'all? This is the Base Damage Podcast, except we're lacking a couple people. This is
going to be a weird one. Since we're in North Carolina and we've got stupid North Carolina weather, it's perfectly fine today, but in a couple days it might not be fine, so...
Basically, the weather was calling for some stupid shit, so we said, we might as well go ahead and record something in advance in case shit goes down. So...
This is all you're going to get from me, for all my fans. This is all you're going to get me for this week, since I've got new...
For all my fans.
Yeah, since I've got a new job, they've got me doing training this Sunday, so I'm not actually going to be there for the regular podcast, which means you might not hear anything from me this week at all. Though, if bullshit happens, this will be the podcast, and hi guys, what's up?
Okay, so we got Kool-Aid, oh yeah, and then we got Brother Matt.
What's up?
And that's it. Literally. Mostly because we live an hour away from everyone else, so when we go to meet up with people, it's in Greenville, and it's...
Yeah, so in case of snow and rain, this will be the podcast for this week.
So, yeah. Thank y'all for joining this week. We're going to continue the Persona 5 set discussion because this set has been so beautiful so far.
Yeah, let me apologize for my outburst last. If we have some time at the end of this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that to explain my point.
We should have plenty of time for this. Basically... Unless they catch clicking of my mouse, that's whatever. We got a couple announcements, though, before we get into this too far. And that is, some new sets for Japanese have been confirmed. Earl Grey did a video talking about a little more detail about it. But just a couple things I wanted to mention. In Japan, on February 24th, unless I wrote that down wrong, I apologize. SAO Re-Edit. This is be like a set of 100 cards. They're going to reprint a massive amount of them, of cards, I'm guessing from the first and second set.
Okay.
Because those have been out of print for a bit.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Is this the first time that...
Disgaea.
Okay, that's true.
Technically,
Disgaea was a technical reprint, but...
the trial deck they had to reprint and change that up more than anything. But
yeah.
Supposedly, reprint of a whole bunch of cards that are good... Might even span over the course of more than just the first two sets.
Mm-hmm.
But then include other newer cards. I'm guessing based off of OVAs.
Okay, cool.
Based off of... Well, I'm hoping based off some of the video games, because they have characters from the video games that aren't in the anime.
That's true.
Straya! Just saying. Straya, Rain, Seven, and just a whole bunch of other characters. Just be really interesting if they put those in there. The next is I found out gonna be another trial deck plus, we're gonna get Bang Dream in a little bit here.
So like Bang Dream.
Chain Chronicle, which currently has a 4-part movie, which I'm gonna watch that at some point, and is gonna be getting a series.
Okay.
Either this season or next, I forget. That should be around March 10th. And then Vivid Strike, which is part of the Nonoha universe, if I'm not mistaken. At first I thought Vivid Red Operation. I'm like, wait, they have Vivid Red. Then I realized, no, wait, Vivid Strike. No. Okay. Which is still really cool. I've seen some little bits and pieces of Vivid Strike, and it's pretty cool.
Alright, cool.
That should also be in March or April, one of the two. So...
Let me just stop you for a second. Hey, Bushiroad,
No, shut up! This is Japanese set.
I'm saying, no, this is something new. This is something new. But if you're going to do things that have just got movies,
I got
you should probably do Garden of Sinners.
No. One other one is, I don't have the date for it, Konosuba. Konosuba is getting a set.
Nice.
So that'll be really cool. Anywho, just wanted to announce those real quick, and getting into this week's. The two main characters for this set, we're going to go over red, just the red cards for this one.
Yeah, this is part 3, so check out the other two if you missed them.
Please. First one was yellow, second one was green. So this will be red, and the last one that we'll do is blue. So the main two characters that this one focuses on is Morjana and Anne, or they shortened it for their code names being Mona and Panther. No Cutie Panther references from Love Live, just so you know.
That's okay.
I can remember one card from the green set that actually grabs a particular card later that we'll be talking about later, and I'll mention that when it gets there. Sure. That's the only other color interaction that we've spoken about so far.
Yeah.
Obviously,
we talked about a little bit of yellow and green, but we'd already done yellow, and then we did green and bounced back.
There was like one green level 0 that at level
pulls
3
out the level
pulls
3.
the level 3 for free, basically. But it's at level 3, which is better, but nonetheless, it's essentially costless, and that was very, very nasty.
Extremely powerful.
Yeah. So the first one we're getting to is the level 3 Morgana. Morgana and Zoro. It's level 3, 2 cost, 95, 2 soul. If there are 2 or fewer climax cards in your waiting room, it gets -1 level in your hands. So, going to be really, really useful there.
Right after refresh, or if you've had absolutely no luck with cancels.
Yeah. It's like they're coming up.
Yeah.
When this is placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your clock in the waiting room. So, heal.
Nice.
And then when this attacks, if you have 2 or more other Phantom Thief characters, she gets 2,000 power for the turn. So, become an 11-5 base before everything else with her own ability.
That's not bad.
Really interesting buff, and I really like the artwork for Zoro. It looks really cool. Forgot to say. If you want to follow along, we are looking at these on heartofthecards.com, which I'll put a link in the description, and you can read along with and see the nasty cards we're talking about for some of this stuff.
It's a really good site if you're looking to look ahead into sets that are in the Japanese format that have not come over.
Or, like we did when we found out, when we found out we were getting Sunshine, we also did a set discussion for Love Live Sunshine.
That's true.
We got confirmation it was going to be in English in February, but it hadn't come out in Japan yet. So when it came out in Japan, we're like, well, might as well talk about it.
That's true.
Anywho. So that's really cool. Always good to have ones that'll drop on earlier levels. But the next one is the level 3 for Panther, All Out Attack and -Panther. I'll let you read this one, Brother Matt. Go for it.
Alright, this is a level 3, 2 cost, 10,000 with 2 soul.
Yep.
And let's see. And that is act, right?
Auto.
When this is placed from your hand to the stage, draw up to 1 card, and this gains 2,000 power for the turn.
Replacing itself.
Yeah.
So.
Another auto. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if OMG, we are so awesome is in your climax zone, choose up to 1 Phantom Thief character in your waiting room and put it into your stock, and deal 1 damage to your opponent. Damage cancel can occur.
See, that's pretty cool. One that they have some weird climax names so far. Actually, I didn't pull it up just yet. I want to see what that is. It's a 1K1 salvage trigger.
Nice.
So, they did so goofy with some of the names for climaxes, but it pertains to stuff in the game, probably like clips that they say or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's still really cool.
That's not a bad climax combo because it's costless and it's 1 damage and it's plus because you get a stock.
Especially if you get other cards that would say you drop 3 of these. That means you're swinging and getting 6 stock and attempting to burn for 1 each.
That's true.
She's attempting to burn on top of her normal damage off of a climax combo that's going to give her +1 soul. So swing for 3, attempt to burn for 1 after it's on reverse, but still. The extra stock production could potentially help if there's a foe restand later type thing.
Or if you're just hurting that bad, she can save herself.
Even better, because then that gives you even more stock to work with on that. Especially if you could drop like 2 or so, get a nice little chunk of stock. It's cool. Let's see. Then we have... sorry. It's a level 0, 15 power, skilled actress of the Phantom Thieves, Anne. This is... It's really cool art with her in her suit, I'm just saying. We got an auto. When this is placed from hand to stage, put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. If there was at least 1 climax cards among them, choose one of your characters, and that character gains 1,500 power for the turn. And, she's a level 0 reverser. When she becomes reversed, if level of the battle opponent is 0 lower, reverse that character. So, that's actually pretty cool. Most of the time when you see, the mill top 2 effects, it's a demerit on a oversized level 0 or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I've seen
It's nice that that's a plus and it's already a 0 verser.
Yeah. So it's, I mill a climax. Okay, fine. I'm going to buff her up and she's like a 3K. So the level 0 reverser is going to kill stuff if that goes off. And the next turn they're like, I don't want to kill it. It depends. Depends if level 0 reversers are your thing.
It's not bad. You just don't want to mill 2 climaxes off of it, but...
Agreed. You kind of don't want to see that, but it's better than them being stuck in the stock, I guess. So.
True.
All right, go for it. Sorry, I need to turn the computer your way.
The next one is Guide to the Phantom Thieves, Morgana dash Mona. This is another level 0 with 2,000 power.
Ooh, good. It's
the start of your opponent. Yeah, auto at the start of your opponent's attack phase. You may move this to an empty slot in your front row. So it's a runner that runs for free.
That's the even better thing is the fact that it is a free. A lot of the runners you say, oh, you have to mill one if it's a certain trait, or the only other free one that I have seen currently in English was from Kantai, but it could only move to the middle center.
Mm. So you could set up for it if you wanted to.
Yeah, it was absolutely free, but it's the fact that it only went to middle center. This is anywhere,
which is nice.
I guess it's the only backdraw is it has to be in front row, but that's whatever. That just means if your opponent wants to kill it, they have to commit a board.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna wreck that board. So that's all good. Next one is a level 1 Anne and Carmen. Carmen being Panther's persona. Level 1 3K, so we're probably looking... Yep, there we go. It's a level 1 reverser, so always good. But then, during your turn, when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, so whether by battle or by her effect, you may pay the cost, which is swap of one of your standing characters in the front row with this. Blah. If so, choose a character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and then discard a card. So a little bit of hand fixing if you got extra climaxes. It's with her ability, as long as you're poking a level 1, you're guaranteed to be able to switch stuff.
Yep.
You're guaranteed to be able to get a salvage off of this,
which is nice.
And it swaps with a character. Now, I'm interested to see how well this will all stack up in the end, because of the couple characters that I've seen that do the swap thing, it's all to like with where a character has already been reversed. So it's not like you can stack multiple swaps.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you have multiple characters that can swap on the field. At which, it's whatever. I mean, if you can pump her up to kill some level 0s anyway, it'll be funny. Now here's it does specifically say during your turn, which is sad.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could throw her out, kill like some level 0s or whatever.
Do it, then wait for the level 0 reverse.
And then, well, no, she won't get reversed off that. I'm saying like, it'd be nasty if you could do that on your opponent's turn. After you kill level 0, they're now at level 1. They're going to throw down a level 1, and if they kill her, and they become reversed, if her effect could go off them, but it's not going to go off that way.
Sadly not.
Yeah. All right. See, if you please, someone go check the artwork out for this one because it's just funny.
Yeah.
But go ahead, bro.
As in most Persona games, they've had fun with this. Okay. We've got All Out of Attack, Morgana. It is a level 1 and 4,500. Let's see. Auto, when your climax is placed in the climax zone, this gains 1,500 power for the turn.
Okay.
Weird wording there. When this attacks, if mission accomplished is in your climax zone and you have another Phantom Thief character, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. If it is not a Phantom Thief character, discard a card from your hand to the waiting room.
Yep.
That's not bad. Some hand fixing.
The cool thing is
it gives you the buff on top of the buff for the climax.
Well, for the first one, it doesn't matter which climax you play.
Sure, yeah.
So she'll still get a buff.
Yeah.
I think it's a she. It will still get a buff.
Well, it's a free 7K at that point anyway if you're playing 1K1.
Yeah. Which, let me see what Mission Accomplished is real quick. Let's see. There we go. Mission Accomplished is a 1K1
salvage
trigger. So that's good on top of that anyway. So, plus 15, she's going to get 5,
plus
6.
25.
So she'll be a free 7K.
It's a free 7. And she basically cantrips herself.
It's on attack, so you don't have to worry about revealing. The card goes to your hand regardless,
It hand fixes, and if it's not a Phantom Thief, you can still just discard one.
You still, yeah, but otherwise, if it's not, if it is a Phantom Thief, you don't worry, and it just you net free advantage. It's like a Snow Fairy Elia at that point where you just draw.
Mm-hmm.
So, still really cool. But the artwork for it, where she's got that gleam in her eye, and it's just like, hee 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 hee, snicker snicker, foo 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 foo, type thing. Here's one of the other cooperation ones with This will be interesting.
Yeah, that's the guy from the OVA.
Yeah, Shinya Oda. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. It's level 0, 500. The only ability is Alarm, which is if it's on top of your clock and you are level 2 or higher, all your characters with protagonist in name gain the following ability. The ability that when it becomes reversed, it basically makes it whatever protagonist you have become a level reverser. But when this becomes reversed, if the level of the battle opponent is equal to... Yeah, it makes an equal level reverser out of any protagonist after level 2. The only thing is, it has to be the top card of your clock. So the best strategic move for this...
So like your last opponent, you can clock it first of all.
You clock it and then do the shenanigans on your turn. What would be funny, and I emphasize how funny this would be, is if your opponent hits you and the exact last card that goes up is this.
One can only hope.
That would be hilarious, and I would probably just sit there and go, well, you done fucked up, cuz.
Well, to be perfectly honest, all your characters in pretty nice.
Yeah. With
protagonist this doesn't check level, so you're right. They could swing with their first character. This could be the end of the top, and then your other protagonists for that turn suddenly, randomly get level reversing.
Actually, no. That would only work if they... Actually, even better. Say they swung into a protagonist.
Yes.
The damage goes and sticks first. This goes on top. Then it would reverse.
That's dirty.
So the only way it would continue from attacks thereon is if the damage will get canceled.
That makes sense, because then more stuff would get folded on top of them.
Yeah.
You're right. So it's better to be used on your turn, but you could always get that teleporting...
Just random luck of that would be amazing. And I like the concept of that.
Hey guys, if anyone catches this on video, if you do this and like literally on your turn, someone attacks you, this goes off, someone attacks you and it goes off again, and someone attacks you and this goes off again, I will send you another roll of pennies. And if you're the same person, then I'm gonna call bullshit and I don't give a fuck.
Anyway.
But that roll of pennies can be yours today.
Oh my god. Okay. So go ahead with this one, bro. Sorry the picture's getting a little small there, but it's whatever.
It's fine. This is Calm, Anger, and Dash Panther. Level 0, 1500 power. Okay, we've got a continuous. All your other Phantom Thieves gain 500 power, so global 5.
Yay for global 5s.
And then we have an auto. 1, when damage dealt by your direct attacking character is not canceled, choose a face-down card in your opponent's memory and put it in the waiting room. If so, you may pay cost. If so, choose a Phantom Thief character in your waiting room and return it to your hand.
It's just like the previous talked about Ryuji and the...
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but her...
This and Alarm seem to be their odd mechanic for this set.
Amongst other level 3 shenanigans. Joker. Oh my god, that level 3 Joker.
They've got some powerful things.
So, it goes off their mechanic of the face-down memory cards. Mm-hmm. So, once again, there's another event for that in this color as well.
You have to set it up, but that's not a bad effect.
I mean, that doesn't even bother me. The fact of how much removal they have for this set already is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Then we got Determined Look and Panther, which I realized just now we haven't been saying the numbers of these cards the whole time. No, so I apologize, but this is number 62. I'll actually put a list of the numbers of the cards
in the description.
In the description.
Yeah.
And you can go based off of that, and just one by one you'll see the numbers there. Sorry about that.
Apologies.
My bad. So Determined Look Anne is number 62 on the list. Level 1, 0 cost, 4K. If you have 2 or more other Phantom Thief characters, this gains 2,000 power. So yay for free 6Ks. Just straight up. And then with a cost of 1, when For My Dear Friend is placed in your climax zone, if this is in the front row, you may pay the cost. You can pay that 1 stock. If so, choose a cost 0, cost not level,
yeah.
or lower Phantom Thief character in your waiting room and put it in any slot on the stage. And this card gains the ability for the turn. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may put that character on top of the library.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
Because you can play that, scoop in a character, and now you have +2 or more Phantom Thieves. So
exactly. So she can potentially add to that.
Yeah.
Especially if you have more than one, it doesn't say... It says put on any slot. So if you want to get back some of your global 5s and then another beat stick on top of that.
Set up back row.
Yeah. And then obviously the setting up for potential damage off of that.
Actually, she doesn't have a cost. What you can do
No,
is...
she doesn't. Pay 1.
I mean, she herself doesn't have a cost. She is a cost 0, so you can play her, swing, go get a copy of her, put her in, swing, pay another 1.
You wouldn't be able to, because it's when the climax is played.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind. You're right. I'm thinking too far ahead.
You're cool. But for my dear friend, I need to find out what that is. Nope, wrong one. Misclicks. Sorry. For my dear friend is a red stock from waiting room and +1 sold to all characters. Pretty cool artwork too. Just saying. Anywho, so that's that one. Go ahead, brother. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna stop you because I'm just getting to one of my favorite cards for this set so far. Not just the color.
This card is nasty.
Not just the color, but the whole fucking set. Number 63, Morgana Car, whatever the fuck you want to call. We found the goddamn magic school bus with this card. This is fucking hilarious. It is a level 1, 0 cost, 5,000. I am so ready for this. It's insane. I don't even care. It's just the fact of what this does in my mind. It's a fucking clown car where everyone piles the fuck in.
It's powerful.
Okay, so it's got 3 abilities. First one. At the start of your opponent's main phase, you may pay the cost, which is 2 stock and 2 cards from hand. If so, put all your other characters face down under this as markers in any order. Then, second ability. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, if there's a marker under this, you may move this to an empty slot. Thirdly, at the start of your attack phase, put all markers from under this in separate slots on the stage. What happens is, your opponent's turn. As soon as they start their main phase, sloop all of your characters under this, and then move it to the back row. Is where it just everybody hop the fuck in, and just get under there. Now,
this is a great way to have your opponent swing for extra damage they don't want to end game. This is a great way to save your entire field because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's literally, sure you pay 2 stock and you pay 2 cards from hand, but early game, this is a level 1. Early game, that's just 1 clock and you have those cards back in your hand. Especially if you want to pitch extra climaxes, sure, by all means.
All you have to do is not play kill the kill so they can't snipe out your back row.
Yeah, so obviously... It depends because it's at the start of the attack phase.
Yeah.
So you can move around accordingly, I think, but if they get stuff on the field that states, oh, climax combo, you can attack back row instead.
Or if they drop anything that doesn't allow you to move cards.
Agreed. That's why you kind of want it in the back row already, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, a lot of those...
That's at the start of your opponent's main phase, so you actually have to scoop them all under there before they start playing cards.
Yeah. The thing I've seen where cards that say your opponent can't move stuff is usually level 0 cards.
That's true.
That are going to be weaker than this.
That's true. Well, there's one in Desgaia that's like a level 1 no cost. It's a 55.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, okay, cool. That card didn't exist. Never mind.
At which point, if you do that, and I, for some ungodly reason, bought a yellow Desgaia deck, you're going to do that. You're going to scoop that under there. For some reason, this is in front row. I'm going to laugh and just play this one bitch and just be like, lols, no moving, fuck you. Because she's a 55 too, which would make her perfect for that.
Agreed. So that would be funny. It's just a funny ass fucking card, and I'll probably end up putting a picture of it on the video itself. Please check this one out. It's great.
This is one of those that we saw and we're like, it does what now?
Like, basically to the day that I said, okay, we're going to start a Persona 5 set discussion.
Kyle flipped his shit.
This was the first card that I told you guys about, because, well, me and Kyle were already reading through the stuff. In the car ride to Greenville, I told you and Tim about this, Moroku, Mr. Dead Sea himself, and told you two about this, and just the reactions were both, what the fuck?
That is pretty fucking crazy.
So, it was great. Anywho, I'm sorry. I took the last one.
That's fine.
Go ahead. This is yours, brother Matt. Next one. Number 65.
65, yes. Straightforward Love, Morgana. And this is a level 0, 2000 power. With 2 effects. Continuous. During your turn, all your other Anne and Carmen Panther gain 2000 power.
Hold tight. Anne and Carmen, I do not remember. Okay, we talked about this one. This was number 55. It was the level...
That's the 3000 level 0, level 1 reverser.
The level 1 and lower reverser. So that can make this become a 5k.
Alright.
So it can boost it up to normal stats of what most level 1s would be. So, okay, now that's cool. Go ahead.
And auto, when your other character in the front row center slot attacks, you may put the top card of your library in the waiting room. If it's a climax card, choose a card in your opponent's waiting room and put it on top of the library.
That's an interesting little swap effect like that.
That's not bad.
Especially if you did like some top checking by whatever means,
yeah.
And you know for a fact you're gonna have a climax there when
if you're going to confirm damage for sure, then go for it.
I like it. That's really cool.
I'd prefer not to pay a climax to confirm some damage, but do what you have to in this game.
That could be used whenever. If that wins you a game at level 3, by all means.
Yeah.
You know.
No complaints there.
Not at all. Plus, that helps you mill and put a climax into the waiting room instead of having to worry about it being stuck in stock.
You're right.
So then, I'm saying this not just because of the number is 69, haha, but it's a really cool card too. For the sake of allies, Morgana. It's a level 2, 1 cost, 7k base. So, yeah, it's number 69, so I was like, you know what, I probably should talk about this regardless, it's funny. When this is placed from hand to stage, it gains X power, where X is 1,000 times your Phantom Thief characters.
Okay.
It would count itself, so at least for a turn, it's going to be at least 8k, but if you got more Phantom Thieves, it's going to be much bigger.
It stands to be said that this only has 1 soul, so I was wondering where it was going to actually come up to par.
Well, here's the thing. If you drop this last and you have a full fucking field, it's a 12k.
You're right.
So, when Only Place I Belong is placed in your climax zone, hold tight because I want to see which one that is. Only Place I Belong, which is the last climax of the Reds, is a red stock from Waiting Room and +1 soul across the board. Always good. So you got 2 of those for this color. If this is in your front row, you may choose 3 characters in your waiting room, return them to your hand. If so, discard 3 cards from your hand to the waiting room.
So you're hand fixing in mass at this
You
point.
are hand fixing like something hard.
That's really not that bad of a card.
It does not restrict. It's also when it's placed, so that doesn't matter already. You don't pay any cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's no on reverse bullshit. Meaning, this gets around anti-salvage, cough cough, wink wink.
I told you I would stop, and I still haven't since the time you told me to stop.
Anyway, anywho, so not joking around with him just then, but truth of the matter is that does get around anti-salvage because it's during the climax phase. So,
and you can discard any 3 cards. So we're talking about extra climaxes, little shit you don't need.
Yeah. If you've just refreshed, you can't do this because it says exactly 3, but that might get changed in translation over here.
That's
it's not
true.
up to 3. Like if it might be like a weird translation later where it's like up to 3 and then discard the same number of cards. I don't know. If it gets brought over here, I don't know, but
that's true because it doesn't say up to 3. You're right.
So it just straight says choose 3 characters.
Choose 3.
So, anywho, the next one is the first, the red advance notice. But go ahead, brother Matt.
It is a level 1 cost card.
Number 70 on the list.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm forgetting this shit again.
It's a level 1 cost event. It has 1 very long effect, apparently.
Yeah.
If there is no face-down card in your opponent's memory, your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand and sends it to memory face down and draws up to 1 card. Choose up to 1 level 1 or lower character in your opponent's front row and put it in the waiting room. Choose one of your characters and that character gains the following ability for the turn. Auto, when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may choose a character in your waiting room and return it to hand. It's not bad at all.
No, it lets you give a character the salvage on reverse.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside, I mean, that could be used whenever if you want to give that salvage.
Yeah, but it says choose a level 1 or lower character.
In your opponent's front
row. That's
true.
If
that said just anywhere, you could snipe out some back row shit, which would be really useful.
Yeah.
At which you could get rid of said anti-salvages in back row.
That's true.
And then be able to salvage.
You're right.
But sadly, that's not going to let you do that. Otherwise, it's not bad. It could be better, but yeah, it's whatever. And then the last for this color is number 71, Mementos, which is not Mentos, sorry. It's the other event for the red. It's a level 1 cost, again. Part of the first effect is just straight send this to memory. So it has a memory effect. When damage taken by you is not cancelled, if this is in your memory and the damage was 3 or more, you may pay the cost, which is putting this card from your memory into the waiting room. If so, choose up to 2 characters in your waiting room and return them to your hand. Choose a card in your hand and put it into stock. So
you get a stock, you get to salvage 2 characters. The problem is that can be a that can be a weird cost.
You basically, it's a setup. You pay 1 to throw it into your memory, so that later on in the game, if you take 3 damage and it's stick,
you put it back in and you salvage 2 and get stock.
And you end up getting the stock back that you paid for.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. But
it's like a long-term investment.
So, see, here's if you I guess you could say that. Plus, since it's in memory, it wouldn't refresh back in.
Well, see what you do is you play this early on. You go get the car. You put the car in back row, and then your opponent's level 2 and stuff higher has to swing for 3 if it's got 2 stock. So you do set yourself up pretty hard for this.
It's got 2 soul, you mean?
2 soul. You're correct. My
well,
bad.
Here's the thing: is they're gonna be dropping stuff, and it's gonna be 2 anyway, poking at open stages. So if they happen to trigger for that 1 and it's a 3,
that's true.
And it has to stick. But it's that thing of your opponent's gonna be like, crap, I don't know if I want to drop a +2 soul on their ass.
It's not hard to get your opponent to hit you for 3.
It just depends if your opponent wants you to have that advantage or not. Also depends if you play multiple ones of these. You could do multiple.
That's true, because at that point you're running with a climax.
Yeah, you don't mind
running with
throwing like 2 into memory and then dropping some extra stuff from your hand if you just want to have a board presence and then be able to try to swing over shit. Even if your shit gets demolished and you take a whole fuck ton of damage off of a trigger,
you can still try to come back.
You can go, oh, well,
I'm going to go get all my heal on plays. I'm going to go get all of my,
Your level 3s and whatnot. Get ready for that shit. Especially if it happens around level 2 anyway.
Well, as someone who tends to play their entire hand out in most of my decks and enjoys playing red, this would be a card I would run 4 of.
It'd be interesting.
If I was only doing a 2-color deck, this would probably be the event that I'd run off.
What would be the other color, is my question.
I'm particularly fond on red-yellow.
Red-yellow? Well, you also haven't seen...
Yellow in this is pretty dirty.
Yeah. You also haven't seen blue yet. Blue is fairly nasty. So, it's not like broke sauce like that fucking level 3 Joker, but this is still fairly nasty. Or that yellow event. That yellow event. Wild Talk. Oh my god, that thing was great. So, all in all... that's it for the red stuff that we wanted to talk about. The numbers will be in the description because we fucked up and talked through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 cards before I realized I haven't said any numbers. So
sorry about that, guys.
That's my fault. There's other stuff in the set for red that you could go and take a look at. Other cooperations and other stuff, but I didn't see a point in some of them. Now, one thing I'm looking at this set and going, oh, they have like SRs or triple rare versions of certain climaxes, and I'm going, this is pretty cool.
This is definitely going to be a money set, because a lot of the really good cards that we've seen so far have been double rare. So depending on like how they put their packs out, double rares are sometimes really hard to find in packs and sometimes really easy to find in packs. Yeah. I don't know if that's individual luck for me, but this is, if you want to build a deck and it to be... This set has a potential of being extremely powerful, but you're not going to put a deck together with a bunch of commons and wreck as bad as someone who's put the effort in. This is definitely a pay effort to play hardcore deck.
I mean,
this set's pretty dirty, though.
You probably, depending on which color combinations people go for as well, there may be some colors that are overlooked, quote unquote. Shout outs to Blue Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I think everyone's going to splash a little yellow in just because
I think everyone's gonna main half of the deck be yellow and then just do whatever the fuck they want afterwards.
You're probably right.
Mostly because you also, I mean, the green does have clock shoot for this too.
Yes.
Also, like you said, there could be potential money invested because each color focuses on 2 of the main characters. Meaning, over 4 colors, you have 8 main characters, and each of their level 3s have assigned.
That's true.
So
that's true.
That'll be really cool.
And a lot of the heavier cards are.
Oh my god! I don't
double
even want,
rare. At which point,
I don't even want to know what the signed Joker's going for right now.
No clue.
I don't even care to know that shit. That's just gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Let me do this quick side note since we just finished up. For those that listen to the other 2 videos, I know that Mr. Dead Sea and I were.
He feels bad because
I really do.
On the car ride home, I was more upset at the other guy because
he refused to see the point.
He refused to see the point of going, "Oh, fuck this game" type of.
I know that I said something to the effect of "fuck this game." It's not that I want to get out of this game. It's easier to explain like this. I haven't known Tim that long, but the more I know him, the more I see that this is the case, and it is for me, because I had this problem in Magic for years. But I got into this game to play a set, as in, oh, I like that anime, Bakemono, let me play this.
Yeah.
And I know it is an older set, but as these new sets come out, and this was part of Tim's explanation too, he's like, how am I going to play what I want to play if all of this other stuff is more powerful? I know that some people don't care as long as... You're a good example. You'll play what's good because you enjoy playing the game.
Well, a lot of the stuff that would be considered good, I also will expand upon series. Like, if I were to go through every single deck that I have right now, okay, actually, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... about 7 different series, and that's what I can remember off the top of my head.
Plus everything that you've thrown at other people after building it.
Yeah, I mean, well, those will also be off the same series that I've had. No, Titans was a different one, because I made Titans through that issue, so 8.
Yeah,
already.
Titans was the only thing that you made AOT.
So, I've made multiple Love Live decks and thrown those at people. Anyway, it's the fact of... I will play whatever sets that I feel are interesting or series that I like. Well, I made Log Horizon, but I quit that after I found out it was...
Meh.
I mean, it's don't get me wrong, Log Horizon was a cool set, but we're missing stuff. We need those power-up sets, like something hard. I'm just saying.
So, as on your side of the argument, you'll play what's good, and it's not that you don't care about the set that you're playing, because, well... You liked Log Horizon as an anime, which is probably part of the reason you got into it.
Absolutely, especially because it was an extra booster. So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But on mine and Tim's side of the argument, I made this comment during the video, is that the table was split, those that are willing to spend money and those that aren't. That is not true.
In a way, yes. Think about it. I still understand where y'all were coming from on that. It is a fact of older sets out. You either... If it's out of print, but it's a set that you still want to pick up, you have to be able to throw money at the wall. You have to look online. You have to see who's selling.
Yeah. And even if you are doing all that, your old shit is not going to stand up to the new shit.
Agreed. Like you said, early Bakemono versus... versus like P5.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say any series is stronger than the other, but by comparison of the shenanigans that we've seen so far...
This is at least way more consistent and has a lot more shit a lot more variety you can do with it.
In its first set,
that's true.
First and only set so far, so
the argument isn't, why is your shit so broke? The argument is, why is my shit not as broke as yours? I mean, as someone who really enjoys playing this one set... And I'm sure other people have felt this playing Weiss Schwarz. In my opinion, it is the one slight flaw in their business plan.
No, the slight flaw in their business plan is promising us abyssals and not delivering. That's what... Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
I feel you.
#salt.
I feel you, because I want them to come over too. But, is that... If you want to get into this game because you like a series, that's all well and good.
Yeah.
But don't bitch when you can't beat the new stuff because you're too busy getting stuck to the series.
Agreed.
I had to learn this in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I was trying to be way too strict on the decks I built. I had to learn this in Magic because I did the same thing.
Especially Magic. Like, you built upon profoundly afterwards, but just getting into it, we're going, we don't know, like, we don't even know 2% of the cards that are in this game.
Yeah.
And
Magic was like a whole new world.
A whole new... No, we're not getting sued.
It was coming.
I stopped. I think we avoided copyright issues. I don't know.
So, yeah.
You're right. It was that fact of you're just stepping into this, you're grabbing up a series, which, admittedly, for a series, may only be like 100 cards for their set, for the first set, whatever.
Perfect example, I know I've said this a bunch of times, but with 2 packs, Bakemono's at like 182.
Yeah, which we haven't gotten half of that.
Yeah.
So... Or was one of the Bakemono sets an extra booster, or was it a full thing?
It was a full thing.
Okay.
We had a full pack that was 82 cards. That was Nisei, and
the other thing
with trial deck only cards, Bakemono, the original set is only like 103.
I'm not counting trial deck stuff, which honestly I need to check and see if Persona had a trial deck for P5. But no, they did. Did we discuss stuff from that?
It'd be looking yellow to me.
It's yellow and red, so that might be a little bit of an extra thing. But no, that's so you got like 17 other cards.
Roll that up real quick.
What's up?
Okay, I thought that it was the level 3 Joker up top first.
No. Oh dear God, no. It's probably like a level 3, but it's whatever. No, it's a level 0. Okay, cool. Anyway, I didn't even consider going through that, to be completely honest. Like, we went through the trial deck for... I mentioned, like, 2 or 3 cards from Sunshine that were cool. That's whatever. But, like you said, admittedly, Bushiroad may have not been able to get as many ideas from Bakemono and...
That's because it was early on.
Well, look also what some of the shit happened in Bakemono. How much of that were they allowed to print on cards as well? I'm sorry, when Araragi's getting thrown around by his fucking intestines, that's not exactly something you could put on a goddamn card.
That's true.
So
You're right.
They probably had to look at each of these scenes like, well, we can make a card off of that, and then Standards and Practices goes, nope, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Or
I'm surprised teeth brushing made it in, to be perfectly honest.
If it got, I'm fairly certain that was borderline. So you have a point as well for that, where it's like,
yeah, Jenks, all the egg.
Either that or whoever was the Standards and Practices watching that goes, yes, put that scene in because they had a thing for it. That's whatever.
Maybe.
Obviously, I don't know how much gory shit they could put in.
That's true.
That, admittedly, they go through a decent bit of it for Bake. So
you're right.
They had to cut back, sadly, for those scenes. I don't even know.
So yeah,
that's why Kogias won't get a set because they'll have Pizza Hut and all the Pizza Hut boxes in the background. All right, well, we can't post it because of that. We can't post it because of that. Nope. Okay, we get 1/3 of the series, because Pizza Hut, whatever.
I feel you.
Oh, good point. Devil's a part-timer won't.
Oh, that's one that needs a set though.
McDonald's.
Well, it can because McDonald's.
I mean, it's whatever. You never know if McDonald's goes like, nope, that's too close for a card game. I don't know. That's just fucking shit. I don't care.
At which point, Kakaishi needs a set. Hey!
Kakaishi? Really?
Kakaishi was actually put out by McDonald's.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Kakaishi originally came out as DVDs in kids' meals.
The more you know, apparently.
And McDonald's did one thing right, for once.
Yeah, strangely enough. But, anywho, next week will be the blue cards.
Next week or this week again, if this ever gets posted.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The 2 main characters based around that will be Navi and Fox. So, which
I got this strong feeling that Navi's gonna be big.
Well, sadly, I already know that for English they changed her title. It's her code name isn't going to be Navi in the English game.
That's fine.
I'm just saying. I mean, regardless, but yeah, no, it's a glasses character, bro. We'll leave that for next time.
Hey.
What?
Listen.
Yeah, no. Those jokes will get tossed around for sure. And that's probably a reason. It's probably also the reason that her name got changed.
Yeah, you're right.
Nintendo goes, nope. Well, for English, anyway. Anywho, thank y'all very much for listening. Apologize for the random tangents, and also apologize for the random fuck-up of not telling you card numbers at the beginning. That'll be in the description. A couple other links in the description. Check them out for other YouTubers. Especially, I'll definitely plug them since, we don't have them for this one because of weather. Joe Schmo, please check him out. He wasn't able to make it because reasons. I asked him if he wanted to come out here today, but he has to work today, the day that we're recording. So
he's a busy guy.
Anywho, thank y'all very much. This is Kool-Aid and
Matt Brower,
and we will see y'all on the flip side.